So today we have to talk about a big Game Changers drama alert, again, because Game Changers loves drama. And we're talking about the game Newt Newt versus Complexity GX3, which is happening in the North America's Game Changers. And the first two maps, you know, 16-14 Newt Newt, and then 13-11 GX3. Wow, what a close game. Third map, Newt Newt forfeit map 3 after competitive integrity violation. So the third map essentially didn't happen, and yeah, Complexity win, and Newt Newt, one of their players, was found cheating. And this is the statement that Riot put out. During the VCT Game Changer Series 3 match between Newt Newt and Complexity, Riot anti-cheat confirmed competitive integrity was compromised by Newt Newt. Per Game Changers rules and regulations, teams who have been found violating the competitive integrity of a match will receive a match forfeit, and Riot Competitive Operations will launch a full investigation. So it was Riot anti-cheat that actually kind of, you know, went off or whatever that confirmed that this had happened. And so obviously Newt Newt then had to forfeit. And the player in question, who was Malibu for Newt Newt, tweeted this out on their now deleted Twitter. Here's what I'll say: I didn't cheat. I am trans and the people closest to me know that is true. And that headshot thing was definitely troll as F. Ban was probably for ban evading, but I don't know, I should technically be unbanned by now. Either way, enjoy your laugh. And then Fluorescent from V1 also tweeted this out. I know who Malibu is, they are trans, and I don't think they are cheating. Hopefully Riot allows them to fly out or something similar to prove they aren't for further tournaments. The AI gen thing was pretty troll though, lefamau. And yeah, you might be thinking, what are they talking about? What's the headshot thing? We're going to get into that right now because that is very, very funny. So at first, by headshot thing, I thought they meant, you know, some kind of clip where they were clearly cheating or whatever. But no, this is what they're talking about, because this is on the official Riot broadcast here of, you know, the Game Changers that happened. And this is the picture that they use for Malibu playing for Newt Newt. This is the picture that was shown on the broadcast. But the thing is, as the V1 coach Effie's tweeted out, this image is apparently generated by AI. So the image that they gave to the broadcast for this player is just not a real picture at all. And so that's what they're talking about with the kind of like headshot thing. It's not anything to do with any crazy clip or whatever. It's just this, which is pretty funny. And I did think that that was quite funny, but just adds to this bizarre tale. And obviously, everyone since this came out has been, you know, looking for clips and whatever, you know, to try and, like, show the cheating happening. This is actually not from the game in question. This is from a different game in the open qualifiers for Newt Newt. But I'll just show you the clip, and you just be the judge, okay? I don't know enough about, like, aimbots and stuff to know, is this cheating or whatever, right? We'll just play it through a couple times. You be the judge. Sorry for the bad quality, but it's Twitter. What can you do? I'll play it in half speed as well, just so you can, you know, really see it. But yeah, you be the judge. I honestly don't know enough about aimbots and how they work to know if that is an aimbot or just a good clip. I mean, to me, you could convince me it's either, to be honest. I mean, I saw Amy hit a pretty similar one like a week ago, so you know, it's, I don't think this is an impossible clip that definitively proves cheating, but you know, if you know a lot about aimbots and how they work, one, why? But two, you know, let the people know if this is cheating or not, because honestly, I have no idea. But there you go. There's a clip. And some of the other Newt Newt players have tweeted out as well, like this one here. I met Malibu literally 2 weeks before Game Changers 3 and never once did it seem like they were cheating. We have zero context and we really have no idea what they found or what truly happened. If they were cheating, then me, Millie, and Carrie had quite literally just met them and we rebuilt Newt Newt just for Game Changers 3 to pug it out and have fun. If you want to hate, then I completely understand. But we all had no idea about any of this. And obviously in an online tournament like this, where maybe you've never even met, you know, your teammates, especially for like, you know, just a team, an unsigned team, you know, just pugging it out. Like, yeah, it's very possible that you know, might have no idea whatsoever. And another tweet from another one of the Newt Newt players as well. I'm so incredibly sorry to everyone that was supporters and are now disappointed in us. I came back to the team knowing nothing of the new pickup other than they were a good player. I saw them play and I wasn't suspicious, but in hindsight I can see as to how people can consider it obvious. I believe that Mali was one of the best players I had ever seen, and now I have been told of their past being one of a player who ban evaded. I had never heard of that player beforehand, and that is completely new information to me. Regardless of the outcome, I want to say I am so sorry to everyone and every team who was affected by this. But of course, there are other consequences to this as well, because of course, Newt have gotten pretty far in this tournament and have knocked out teams. One of those teams they most recently knocked to the lower bracket was Disguised Toast team, where, you know, he tweets out this: spend over 300k on developing a Valorant roster, 6 months of practice and commitment from players and coaches, flying out to multiple boot camps, lose to a team that just got disqualified for cheating. Ain't no way. Obviously, pretty feels bad moment for Disguised right there. At this point, though, you know, there's not really anything Riot can do. I know a lot of Disguised fans or whatever will be like, you know, like, oh, get them back in the tournament. You know, they lost to a team that was cheating, all of that. Like, I know a lot of people will probably feel that way. Obviously, Riot kind of can't do that unless there's kind of clear evidence that they did cheat in that game as well. Which, of course, you know, once there's an allegation of cheating, there's always that feeling of like, hey, you know, maybe they were cheating in the other games as well. But unless you have like clear evidence that that was also happening in that game, you know, or maybe, you know, they admit to it that they did cheat in that game, you know, then obviously Riot would probably have to do something like that, you know, because you lost to a team that was cheating. But if not, then, you know, this is, you know, there's kind of nothing you can do. You just kind of have to shrug your shoulders and say, you know, no proof, I guess. So yeah, you can't quite do that. But obviously, it is a pretty feels bad moment because, you know, inherently, I think people just, you know, once someone has been accused of cheating once, you instantly start to be suspicious that this surely has happened before, right? And of course, this is not the first time, as I mentioned at the start of the video, that Game Changers has had like pretty big I mean, look, an 8-year suspension for a player, right? Because they were playing in Game Changers when they weren't eligible to play in Game Changers, right? And someone else got 5 years for misleading officials about the gender eligibility of that player as well. So, you know, we've had big scandals in Game Changers before. You know, there was another one, I think, where someone was playing on someone else's account. So, you know, under the name of someone who was eligible, but the actual person playing the game wasn't. You know, that was another one I think we had in Game Changers. And there's just a laundry list of other ones as well. So yeah, Game Changers, this is nothing new for the scene of Game Changers in general, but obviously it's not great. And I think that Game Changers as a whole, on the whole, very positive, right? Like really good thing that Riot is trying to do. And I think, you know, the LAN that we had last year and hopefully the LAN this year, you know, I thought were really good and showcased a very high level. And I'm expecting the same again for, you know, the tournament this year as well. But this scene is kind of constantly being, you know, affected by stuff like this, where, you know, it's just really unfortunate because I think, yeah, for most of the Game Changer scene, I think a lot of it is very positive stuff all around. But then every so often, this kind of thing seems to come up and just, you know, kind of ruin ruin that pretty quickly and the reputation of Game Changers as well. So yeah. Hopefully this will get sorted and you know, we'll find out. And again, don't level any abuse at anyone, of course. You know, I mean, at this point, we don't really know what exactly is going to happen, and we'll see what Riot's investigation, you know, finds out. But my advice to all of you out there is don't cheat. You know, just that's don't cheat. That's my advice for the day. And yeah, have a nice day, I guess.